Cops go nuts when a driver refuses to roll his windows up. That's it. That's what set them off. But the moment he questions their authority, everything spirals. They threaten him, lie about the law, and even try to force their way into his car, all because he wouldn't roll a window to the height they demanded. This all unfolds in Dayton, Ohio, a routine traffic stop that turns into a civil rights showdown. The man behind the wheel refuses to play along. He's calm, he's recording, and he knows exactly what his rights are. The officer asks him to roll his windows up to a certain level to test the tint. But when asked for the law requiring that, he can't name one. Instead, the cop repeats the demand like a broken record, insisting it's a lawful request, but no statute, no code, no legal basis. The man calmly asks for a supervisor and is told, "I am the supervisor." He reminds them filming is legal. Refusing to speak isn't a crime. And rolling your window up on command, that's not in the law. But what makes this video so powerful is the shift. When the lieutenant finally shows up, the one who should have de-escalated things, he backs the unlawful behavior. Watch this all the way through, because what happens here could easily happen to anyone.
Do you see if this, you think this is...
I do not answer questions.
Are you Cory Boles?
I do not answer questions.
Yeah, looks like you think so? Yeah. Stay seated right back with you.
Yep, I do not answer questions.
You roll your window up to about right here for me.
No, thank you.
Roll your window up so I can see it.
No, thank you.
And we'll run a test on
Is that a lawful request?
It is a lawful request.
Under what law? What law requires me to roll my windows up?
Window tint.
What law requires me to roll my windows up? What law requires me to roll my windows up? Not what tint is on the windows. Not what tint is on the windows. What law requires me to roll my windows up?
Window tint law.
What law is that? What law is that? And I'm gonna look it up. What law is it? And I'll look it up. Supervisor, are you refusing to get your supervisor? Are you refusing to get your supervisor? I'm going to request your supervisor one more time, and then I'm going to call the police because I'm scared for my life. Thank you. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
What is your name and what is your position?
John Regal.
Are you Sergeant, Lieutenant? Lieutenant?
Yes.
Lieutenant Sergeant Regal? You said Lieutenant Regal?
Yes.
Okay, did they explain to you what they just did? Other than the fact that this is an unlawful detainment?
How can I help you?
Okay, so both your officers just came up in a very rude demeanor. I didn't appreciate it. I felt threatened. I called 911 to address my concern because I did not want to get shot today. So anyways, two of your officers were stopped on the side of the road. They had their flashers on, whatever. Okay, so I began to transition in the lane prior to even approaching them. I hopped into the left lane. Light turns green for me. They're still over there with their flashers. I'm going to maintain the left lane. Their flashers go off. I'm like, well, shit, I need this lane because I'm about to hop on 35. I get over. The SUV that was there accelerates and goes about his day. The Charger was slowing at a slow pace of about 20 miles per hour into 35. So I'm like, maybe he's gonna stop again. Maybe he's trying to figure something out. Maybe he's texting and driving. I'm explaining my situation, sir. I put my left turn signal on because that's what my tax dollars do. It gives me the right to do this. I put my left turn signal on to go safely around this man. I accelerated to the speed limit, and I put my right turn signal on to then get in front of him to maintain the lane that I needed to continue to go home.
Why you got pulled over?
No, I'm not. I'm explaining my situation to you to explain that why your officers just performed an illegal detainment.
Okay, how did they do that?
I'm explaining it to you if you wanted to listen.
Keep going.
Okay, so then I got over. The light was transitioning from green to yellow. I went through the intersection. Sure enough, your cop runs the intersection, turns his lights on, pulls me over, and asks me if I'm in a rush. I said, no, here's my ID. Do whatever you're gonna do. And then I said, I don't answer questions. He told me to roll my windows up. I said, oh. I said, is that a lawful request? He said, yes. I said, what law is that requires me to roll my windows up to a certain level? He gave me no excuse. He went to the car where the two officers still kind of stood in a very threatening stance to me.
Did he explain
I asked for his
he wanted you to roll your window up so he could check your tint.
Yeah. I'm not sure about any of that.
Okay,
but what I do know, I'm not sure about any of that.
Okay.
But so after that, after I felt,
window up so I can check your tint?
is that a legal request?
Yes.
Lawful request?
Yes.
What law is that? That requires me?
Illegal tint.
What law requires me to roll my window up, though? Sir, you do not have permission to enter my vehicle.
Are you going to roll your window up?
You do not have permission.
Roll your window up?
You do not have permission to enter my vehicle.
You're on camera too.
I know.
Okay.
And I'm going to request this, and you guys will be sued for this unlawful detainment.
To roll your window up so I can check your tint.
Sir, what is the law that requires me to get your supervisor out? Are you kidding me? What law requires you?
Tell you what, why don't you call IA after he issues you your tickets
Okay.
and your ticket for unlawful use of 911?
Because I felt threatened? Okay, fine. I'll fight it in court. Because how can you say somebody didn't feel threatened? I was trembling on the phone. I couldn't even give my location, but go ahead.
So you can call.
I will. Oh, I definitely will. I need everybody's cards, too. I need everybody's business cards and badge numbers. Excuse me, Sergeant. Excuse me, Lieutenant, sir. I know you can hear me because he heard me. I need everybody's badge numbers. And IA will be the first phone call I make tonight, sir. The Supreme Court ruled a reasonable duration of a stop is 10 to 15 minutes. We had 24. Do what you need to do. AI hear about it. No, but you said that was unlawful. So was it justified or not?
It was definitely justified.
Oh, now it was justified? So the call to the police was justified then? You just said it was on camera. You stupid. That's the lieutenant. That's Lieutenant Regal. That's Lieutenant Regal. He just said it was justified. Now it's not again. Lieutenant Regal, I need business cards. I need business cards and badge numbers, baby.
Do you have something to write with?
Nope.
Okay. That's on Sergeant Setti, Sergeant Oliver, and I'm Lieutenant Regal. Sergeant Setti's name is at the bottom of your tickets.
Badge numbers?
There you go.
You got badge numbers?
I don't know what their badge numbers
Do you got
are.
business cards? Well, can I get their badge numbers then?
No, Sergeant Setti.
So you're refusing to give me badge numbers?
I don't know the badge numbers.
Well, I can get them from them.
Sergeant Setti, Sergeant Olinger, and Lieutenant Regal.
What are their badge numbers?
I don't know. Okay.
They're right there. Ask them for their badge numbers. So are you refusing to give the badge numbers?
I've given you.
Because that's the policy. That's your policy. Come on, Lieutenant. Come on, Lieutenant. That's the policy. Lieutenant, you gonna act a fool and just walk away?
Imagine getting pulled over and slapped with multiple tickets just because you said, I do not answer questions. But for these officers, that was enough to start fishing. And when they came up empty, they wrote him up anyway. He hands over his ID. But when the questions start coming, where are you headed? Where are you from? What are you doing out here? He refuses to answer, politely, firmly. His reason? Simple. He doesn't have to. But the officers don't like that. So what do? They keep fishing, asking again and again, hoping he slips up or gives in. And when he doesn't, they hit back with tickets. The man wasn't driving recklessly. He used his turn signals. He committed no visible violation. But because he didn't play along and make small talk, they decided to nitpick everything they could find. And let's not forget, he was pulled over simply for going around a slow-moving officer. That's it. Not speeding, not weaving, just moving past a car going 20 and a 35. What makes this stop so telling is how quickly things shift from questions to punishment. Not for a crime, but for silence. Watch how fast just a few questions turns into a stack of citations, all because he refused to play along. Let me know what you think in the comments.
How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Good. Officer Blue, police car. Good driver's license insurance with you?
Yeah, here you go.
What we got going on tonight, man?
I ain't answering no questions.
Huh?
I'm not answering no questions.
Okay. Well, what's going on?
Nothing's going on. I'm not answering no questions. Do what'd you stop me for?
For your license plate light, I can't read it. Your lights don't work. Down your back window?
Clear 708.
You roll down your back window?
There's no law I have to roll down my back window.
Yes, can you roll down your back window?
What law is that?
Okay, go ahead and set that up for me.
What law is that?
Can you go ahead and set that up for me?
All right.
Just go ahead and face that way and make sure you have no weapons on you.
All right.
Alright. Get back here. So, what's going on tonight? Because you're just going all over town and...
Isn't this America?
It is.
Am I free to drive?
You are, but I put you over for a legit violation, so...
Well, go do the ticket and run it back, and then we could go about this. There's nothing else like to talk about.
Okay.
So
So you're just riding around town? I mean, where are you from?
I'm not answering no questions. It says it on my license.
So, you share business and family, or...
I just told you I'm not answering questions a good 5 times. So, what's your name and badge number?
Officer Villarreal, badge number 105.
What's your name and badge number?
Right here is my name.
What is it?
1 to 5.
What's your name and badge number?
Deputy Health 708.
All right.
What's your name?
I ain't answering no questions.
You asked me a question.
Because you're a public official, bro. I can ask you whatever. I don't got to answer no questions. And you know that.
Is this you? Huh?
I ain't answering no questions.
You have your corrective lenses on?
I'm not answering no questions.
What's the DL restrictions, what it is, so if you don't have them on, it's a violation. Is it his insurance card?
How many driving around town?
It's America.
I just have to ask, you know. It's
Mm-hmm.
not illegal to ask you, right?
Mm-hmm. I have the right to not answer.
You can do that. It's my job to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
You were driving on Boarding Highway and I saw you. You're going straight on North Richmond.
It's America, man.
I'm just letting you know what I saw, alright?
I'm letting you know it's America.
I understand that.
So,
And then you repeated that a couple times.
yeah, because it's like you keep telling me while I was driving, and I get that, but it's America and I could go wherever I want, you know?
We've been having a lot of break-ins into vehicles.
That ain't got nothing to do with
I'm
me.
not saying it, but just letting you know, it's the thing that you're driving around. And I'm not sure where you're going, right? But, you know, I don't know who's driving behind the vehicle, alright? This is your vehicle. Trying to make conversation, alright? That's the only thing I'm
I
trying
ain't trying to make no conversation. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Alright.
Do you mind cracking your front window halfway for me?
Cracking my front window.
Yeah. Just about halfway down so I can take your window down. Just 25%.
Oh, well, I bought the car like this, so.
What's that?
I bought the car like this, so.
Okay. It also cannot be lower than the AS1 line.
Alright,
Good?
cool.
So, you agree that it shows 6%, right?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
And nitpicking, bro, but it's cool.
Why are you recording? I'm just curious.
I got a right to record, don't I?
No, I was just curious. I never said you did.
Yeah. Got a right to record, and you always got to with police officers.
Phone number for you?
832.
Or is it picture?
Well, we gotta take a. Bro, this is so stupid. Alright.
So if you would sign here, County of Michigan Guilds must contact the court about the citation.
What citation is it?
You're receiving 2 citations, one for your window tint being less than 25%, and then one for violating your DL restriction, which is not having the corrective lenses on while operating a motor vehicle.
I don't have to wear glasses.
So according to your driver's license, it shows that you have to have your corrective lenses on.
Bro, why are you nitpicking? Or whatever.
I'm not.
Yeah, you
So,
really are, but it's
okay.
cool. Just
So-
let me sign it. I don't care.
Okay. And then you'll be receiving a warning for the license plate light.
Yeah.
So right here.
I'll just take it. I don't want to hear you.
Okay, well,
I no, I don't want it. Just,
Okay,
can I
so
take it,
you
bro,
have the
bro?
date.
Oh,
All right.
all right.
Drive safe.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. If you believe in holding public officials accountable and protecting your rights, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It motivates us to bring you more eye-opening videos like this. The original video links are in the description. Check them out and support the creators. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and always record. We'll see you in the next video.